Kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Mississippi State's offense has the ball first today. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over. He got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often. They hit him early. They got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position one, objective number one today, protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
They'll try to power their way ahead. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And we'll get a quick look at one of the early leaders for the Heisman. Winning the award as a running back certainly demands something beyond the normal. He's going to have to put together a stellar season, David.
No, he will. And listen, it's hard for running backs to get this award. Now, it is a quarterback award, but in recent years, Ashton Jeanty, you saw him there. But you got to be the catalyst. You got to be the straw that stirs the drink. You got to put up huge numbers. So far, Paulo, he's been a catalyst. He's been great. He's just going to have to keep it going.
And his numbers are pretty good now. I think they have a chance to get even better. When you look at the schedule moving ahead, they're going to have to force feed him the football. He's going to have to play big in those games if they're going to keep winning. So keep an eye on this guy as a Heisman favorite because he's got that kind of ability.
Listen, you can't make every play. You can't cover everybody. But it's really nice when you get the bonus of swatting the ball down and making sure that quarterback doesn't get a completion and doesn't get a big play.
He's got him. Open space at the 25. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. It's complete to the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And they're in for a touchdown. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't happy.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And it's no good. He missed the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Power football with the run. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Mississippi State going up tempo. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their way in conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They've made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal, and they think that's going to be the difference, David.
And now they got to put it together, right? And then this is when it really works. When you get in conference play, it gets different. The familiarity within the league of all the coaches. And so this is really hard for them. But I'm interested to see what they can do and to see if they can bounce back.
Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
That all the way in the house. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Going to the running game. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Buys a little time with his feet. He'll try to do it himself. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. It'll be 3rd and long. Pressure coming. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Bringing the heat. Takes a hit as he fired. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Out of the gun to give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking downfield, it's Chapin. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking down the middle. It's caught. There he goes. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. In the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So 1st down here as they go back to work. They'll leave it with him. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Mississippi State right back to the line.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. The give on the inside. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. The Bulldogs have their offense in high gear. On the move. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Excellent job by the kick coverage unit to keep him from getting the sideline. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Facing a third down, he's short from the 26. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He rifles one deep to the left. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Give to the running back. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Shapen. Got his man downfield. Finds a seam. Touchdown Bulldogs. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Oh, he got loose. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
He'll pull it down. He goes out of bounds right at midfield. Now on 2nd down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They're going to ride this running back. Oh, he's got some space. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Unleashes one. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
Here's the handoff. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Sparks. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. 1st and goal for the offense. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Time to find the end zone. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
Keep it on the ground, and he's in for the touchdown.
And how about make no mistake about it? Line up, bring in the big boys. You know, you probably have a good idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. 4th down situation, and the offense comes through playing with a little physicality, a little muscle.
He's moving out of the pocket. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. To the air. It's Shapen. Working that left side now.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. The quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Firing to the right, complete. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. He breaks a tackle. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. 1 more snap coming before halftime. Here's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Perfect chance for us to put the first 2 quarters under the microscope. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. And and he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to control it.
Yeah, that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all of the linebackers, all of the congestion. He
got some room into the goal line. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Pushes for the goal line. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
Working that wide receiver screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Looking for the goal line. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Let's take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Central Michigan needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Mount Pleasant behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Ball State. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They're trying to seal the edge off right tackle. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. And the Bulldogs will hustle to the line. End off from the shotgun. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. The punt team makes its way onto the field. We'll see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. They'll test the right side. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Wants to go up top. Now sliding to his left. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They bring the punter onto the field now. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board.
Non-name receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Can't get him to the ground. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Dropping back, it's Shapen. Snagged out of the air. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up the first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Quick release on the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. From the gun, running back gets to give. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Bulldogs racing to the line in a hurry up.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Wide receiver comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. He's not going to make it. What a job on his defense to stop him in his tracks. Looking to move the chains. Mississippi State lines up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down. The give to the tailback. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He leaves it with the back. Turning it on! And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Wants to throw on first down. Going to try to get it himself. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up. The defense jumps on it, and all of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
Opening drive comes from the 13-yard line. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think
flying down the left side. He's at the 40. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that. And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The inside handoff. Stopped behind the line, and that's pretty much going to offset the gain on the previous play. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Back to throw, it's Shapen. With the catch, it's Mosley. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And this offense obviously wanted to take the lead, but they chip into the lead a little bit. Now they're going to need their defense. Just give me another opportunity. They only need a field goal in the fourth quarter. Nice job cutting into that lead.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got the back over the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. Off play action. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Now, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. They're setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Inside the 30. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Enough space. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Quarterback takes a knee. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Trying to slam in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Well, these guys have gotten off to a great start, getting out of the gate 3-0. Jesse, we have a contender on our hands.
I know it's early, Reese, but this looks like a team right now that could be in that college football playoff discussion come year's end. They've got the playmakers. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. They've overcome some tests early, David. I know it's a long season, but they at least look like they're for real.
They definitely look the part. They look like they're for real. But you know what happens throughout a season. You lose momentum and injury happens. So they're definitely one of those teams we're going to continue to talk about. But it's still early. It's week 3.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.